Hi, this is Francesco from Devil You Know, and you're listening to Louder.
So I'm here with Francesco of Devil You Know. How are you, man?
Hey, how's it going? Doing pretty good.
Great. So how's the tour going?
It's going great. It's the fourth show tonight, and yeah, it's been a lot of fun so far.
Does it bug you that there's a really big competition tonight? The same venue, you got Meshuggah on the other side of town?
That is something that I can't really, I don't know. I have no idea what's going on.
Because there's so many nuclear blast bands playing tonight in Birmingham.
Yeah, and then there are a bunch of other shows too happening.
Yeah, In Flames are playing on the other side of town with Disturbed and Avenged Sevenfold. So you're going to keep it warm and sweaty for us?
Yeah, right? So it's pretty intense. Is it always like this in Birmingham?
Not always, but it's not London, but still, there's some traffic around here.
Oh.
So I want to confront you with a rumor that's been going on online, that the band is actually named after a Kylie Minogue song of the same name. Is that correct?
It's absolutely not true.
Okay. Is that a Dio reference?
Not even. No, it's a thing like we had for a while at that point we were like thinking about band names. We had a few ideas and we kept going back and forth, and something with Devil came up, and then Howard just like randomly was like, hey, what about this? And they're like, yeah, we like it. It's catchy.
So if I'm mistaken, there's some sort of a parent mentality in the group that Howard needs to keep you and Ryan kind of focused and maybe even babysitting you two, that you like the genitalia joke sometimes?
He's the father?
Oh, is it not?
It's pretty much the opposite.
Oh, really? So you two have to babysit Howard?
I mean, I don't think it, like no one is babysitting somebody else in the band, but I'm also tour manager of the band.
Okay.
So obviously I'm kind of the babysitter of the band. But I mean, I wouldn't call babysitting. You know, it's just, you gotta tell them what's the schedule, things they gotta do, interviews, and they always disappear when they're needed.
Of course.
But that's
And more about roles. If I'm mistaken, you and John wrote the last two albums together, and just created loads of music, sending it back and forth, and then Howard joined in and added the lyrics. So with John leaving the band, is it going to affect anything with the future of the band and creation?
Well, we'll definitely have a different sound. The thing is, obviously John being a drummer, he was working on grooves and things, not really on melodies, harmonies, or like the actual song. So that's still going to be me, doing it, and probably working with another drummer. And, we started working on a bunch of demos for the third record. And, things are just, evolving at the moment and sounding definitely different. But that's something that we also wanted.
So They Bleed Red was released in 2015, and with the usual cycles of 2 years, should we expect something to come out in 2017?
Yeah, definitely that's the plan.
So how's it going so far? Some ideas or something?
Oh yeah, a bunch of ideas, and I recently sent Ryan Howard like about 10 songs that I've been working on, and they seem to like them. And I have now, after this is the last tour of this album cycle. So right after this, it's just going to be like focusing on the record and just work on that.
So the plan is to release something before Christmas?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. And then you're going to come back again with more stuff? Or not thinking about it yet?
Well, I mean, we definitely... UK, it's something that... It's just such a weird thing that we never really play shows here, even though we tried, and then we were on tours that we're supposed to hit a bunch of cities, and then it's like, even if it was just a London show, and then every time would be like something happening. So, but we always wanted, since the beginning, that we were saying that's one of the places we want to play a bunch, So, yeah, there's definitely going to be a lot more in the future.
And what about the stress level of being headliners in the UK for the first time?
It's definitely stressful but that's why we decided to do it this way, because when we were like a support band on other tours where we're not controlling, and things will get canceled. Even last year when that Five Finger Papa Roach, so 3 bands, we did the whole tour, and then at the end we were told, both Papa Roach and us were told, the rest of the tour is canceled. So both bands flew back to America, and then a week later we see Five Finger playing Wembley. when they told both bands. In fact, Papa Roach wasn't there. We weren't there. It's not because we don't wanna. We were already here. Like how easy. We flew back from London, you know. So why would we want to cancel that or not play that? So and the year before is like some other crap with the a tour that again we were not in control of. So this time is like it's a risky thing to do. It's like first time and do a headliner. We know that turn is it's going to be like sometimes it's going to be a really good show. Sometimes it is what it is. But I felt like this is the only way we. At this point, tired of waiting. Let's just do it.
Do you prefer the control over the kind of stress of are we big enough to fill up venues?
I mean, in a case like this, it really felt like it's time for us to just do something there because people have been asking and we wanted to. And that's why it's like, it was the end pretty much of the album cycle in November. But then, I mean, like in the beginning of the year, 2016, we were planning that year, the year was gonna end about like November, and then we were done. But then in the summer, that's when we started talking about, well, we still haven't done UK, so we've done Europe and then not UK. Let's do it. And so, I mean, it is stressful for sure because of all the other, if there's not a big crowd, if all the other bands are looking at you like, oh, you're responsible for this. So, but it is what it is, man.
And you as a tour manager, it's all on you.
Yeah, it's all on me because I'm also tour manager of all the other tour managers. So it's like everybody's like, oh, hey, where am I going to shower today? It's like this kind of questions all day long.
Everybody's jealous of you.
Not really.
And the band is kind of known for not being very extroverted, especially Howard, with everybody knowing his story from 3 years ago. But usually you have the singer kind of interacting with the crowd, with the fans after at the merch booth. But you guys had a glamour girl follow you around and sell T-shirts for you. Is that like a trick that nobody taught us?
Well, on this tour,
I think it was in the U.S. What's her name? Ricky Lean?
Something like that. We had for a while we had some of the girls. So like Ladies of Metal is this company, and they have like models that are like looking, heavy metal style, whatever you want to call it. And so that was part of the shows we were doing. And we collaborate with that company. Like they helped us, we helped them, and so we had those girls do merch for us on a bunch of shows, and it was awesome. Yeah, I mean, so guys are guys, when they see a good-looking girl, it's like,
they're buying stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like, how much is that? Oh, I'll give you an extra $5-10 because I just want to look good, and hopefully you'll take me out. But that won't happen.
So it's just for the fans, not for the band.
Yeah. I mean, and the other thing is also, like, on this tour, it's kind of like everybody's kind of, it's a very different thing. Obviously, you can bring people, and then, like, shows are, in general, smaller. But, it's something fun to do.
So do you guys still go back to the merch booth after the show?
Oh, yeah. We are, we definitely are. Howard is obviously, it's like, or by now probably people know it's not gonna be a merch. That's why we started doing the meet and greet, VIP meet and greet thing, which is, some people think it's kind of silly. You're like, you pay to but at the same time you get, in our case, you get like a free T-shirt. We're gonna sign as many things as you want. You can bring whatever you want, and then take as many photos as you want, and it's probably the only way to get to talk to Howard because he's like, always, he's like a ninja. He disappears, and it's like, where was it? I told you even earlier. It's like he was there. It's like, what happened? But yeah. And
regarding the changes that were kind of mandatory because Howard went through some things and then he came back, and obviously being on the road and being with a big label that forces you to do many things sometimes at once. So as a band, did you demand to kind of bring it down, slow it down so you can have more time to just recuperate?
In the beginning when we started working on things, we even thought this was going to be like a kind of like a side project.
Yeah.
Just do a record, it'll be fun. And then it turned into more serious thing. And it's like, oh, we get a tour. And then that's when it's like, even with Howard, it's like he had not toured for a while. I was like, let's take it easy. I don't know how much I want to tour. So we started, and the first tour that we got offered, which was awesome because it was like direct support for Black Label in the States, it was 2 months. So right away, it was like, oh, I want to take it easy. First tour, 2 months, and it's like big crowds. So it's like the opposite of take it easy. But it was awesome. And then, looking at it now, it's just obviously the band sounds much better now. And then, I mean, it was just a thing. And then now it's just getting better and better. And then, I mean, I can talk for Howard. He's enjoying this a lot more than he was in the past. Like the last few years, even like he always talks about it, how much like now like the vibe is very mellow, and he's just it's been fun. I think it's like when you have this less pressure, I guess, when you like accept the fact that I can do this and it doesn't need to be that stressful. I'm gonna be able to enjoy it more.
So there is a way of combining the stress, but also making it fun without taking the foot off the pedal.
Yeah, and that's why, I mean, Howard is not around talking to a bunch of fans. It's not because he's a dick, it's just like, that's his personality. He just likes to be by himself or not have like a bunch of people harass him or that. But, it's...
How's it affecting you? I mean, with him kind of taking a step back, then it puts you and Ryan in the spotlight a bit more.
I don't know. I never thought about that. It's like, it's obviously there's, I mean, like any other band, it's like the singer is the singer. It's like most people want to, meet the singer and talk to the singer. But yeah, I mean, I guess it's not really, I never thought about it as a bad thing. It's just, you got to respect people are a certain way.
There's a feeling of, I'm guessing it's partially because of Howard, but I'm guessing it's partially because of you and Ryan as well, that the band doesn't have a big presence on social media. Is it something that you guys as a band are not fans of? Taking loads of selfies and Facebook Live?
I'm completely hate it, like something I really hate. I mean, I still have currently still have a Facebook, like a personal thing, just because I was told that you gotta have it to be able to be an administrator on the band page. But I don't even have it on my phone. Like, I don't check Facebook. It's like, I don't care about notification. I don't care about news feed of people telling me what they're eating or any of that. And it's fine if other people do. I'm not judging. It's like, it's not me. And then I absolutely, I really don't care about any of that. So I'm not part of it. Our managers and we have some people helping us with Facebook. Like lately, Facebook has been more kind of it's a little more active just because they're doing it. And then Howard obviously is not on any social media. And Ryan is kind of the same, no Facebook. And I don't know, it's just, some bands are really good at it. It's like we tour with bands and sometimes, you see the front man and be on their phone for like hours and hours every day, and that's not how I want to spend my days.
What are your thoughts about fans with their phones up when you're playing? Are they taking videos or even streaming now?
Yeah.
So they're streaming everything live as you play.
It's really a thing where it's like I said, I'm not here to judge anyone. Say if that's what you want to do, that's definitely not like I still remember like the shows that changed my life, being a kid and going to a show, and I cannot imagine like that same impact, the same energy from that show if I was like, imagine myself just filming the whole thing. It was like, it just, even like while you're filming, you're just missing what's cool, or like even if you're like holding it like this, it's just, I don't know, but that's how you want to enjoy a show. It's like, sure.
Yeah, I know many bands say that they're kind of getting some energy from the crowd. So if the crowd is just holding their phones.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Or when you see a dude looking down who's just texting. I don't know if you're texting a photo that you just took, but even that, I'm sure it could wait. But it's this whole like cell phone craziness thing going on that now it's just whatever.
Francesco of Devil You Know, anything else you want to add to fans and listeners?
Just especially for the UK fans, thank you for your support, and hopefully we'll be playing your town, and like on this run, and we're doing like a good amount of shows. So 14 shows in the UK, it's good amount, and keep kicking ass and being cool fans.
Okay, Francesco, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure.